In today's short live stream video, I want to talk about range theatrics. If you tuned in last night, I uploaded a video called Range Theatrics. It's a YouTube short video where I did a 15-second or 14-second breakdown on a video that was posted by the Instagram channel of Tactical Black LA. If you are not on Instagram, check me out on Instagram under the Firearms Trainer, where you can connect with me as well. So this company, apparently the main instructor has 10 years of firearms experience. Other than that, we don't know his background. We don't know if you have a law enforcement background, security background, military background. Nobody knows. He just says 10 years of firearms instructor experience. You know, the problem with that, about making someone a surgeon like that, is if I get my firearms training certificate, so let's just say if I took an NRA course, that's an 8-hour, I don't know, are they 4 hours or 8 hours? I think they're 8 hours for the basic pistol NRA instructor course. If I take that course in 2010 and now we're in 2024, does that mean I have 14 years of firearms instructor experience? And it does. I actually picked this up from James Yeager, the James Yeager YouTube channel, may he rest in peace, about 14 years ago, where he says, hey, the instructor that tells you he has 25 years of firearms instructor experience might only have essentially like one day, not one day, but maybe a 1 month experience. So out of those 20 something years or 14 years, is this a full-time gig for you? Do you do this 40 hours a week or more? Do you do this? If you do it 40 hours a week or more compared to somebody that does this once a month, I think the somebody that does this 40 hours a week has a lot more experience, right? They have the solid 24 years of experience. I'm not putting down instructors out there. I am a part-time instructor. I have been a firearm instructor since 2010. Does that mean I have 14 years of full-time firearm instructor experience? No, it does not mean that. That's not my full-time job as being a firearm instructor. But that's how some of these instructors come off like. So I was watching the Tactical Black videos, and you have these two females who are executing a close quarter skill where two guns in the fight is needed. There's some type of driving force in a room, and they're like, one is standing in the front, the other standing in the back. Maybe the one in the back had the rear guard, and there's a driving force to the room in front of them. So the first one engages, and the second one gets into some like kneeling position, and then engages the threat using their red laser guns. Guys, that's not how you properly execute that type of skill. That's not, that drill. You want to step offline and, so to speak, get in your lane and go about shoulder to shoulder. You don't want to be all the way in front of the shoulder, all the way in the back of the shoulder. There's a muzzling issue. You don't want to hit the partner in front of you. So that's why we don't do that technique. Their technique works, but it's slow, and I mean, that's some fine skills that you need to get to what they're doing, and it kind of drives me nuts, because to rehearse that drill that they completed requires a lot of training, a lot of time. And my question is, why don't you use that time for some effective training, some training that actually works? And then there was a threat to the rear. So it looks like the rear guard, she spins around in a strange position, and then she gets rear guard, and then they kind of scan for additional threats, which obviously you're supposed to do that, but the muzzle isn't falling in the eyes. So what happens out of the corner of their eye? The threat. Okay, they're gonna have to bring the gun to their eye level in order to engage the threat, or or bring the gun towards their, not to their face, but in line with their with their nose or their chest, in order to engage that threat, at least to get the first shots on target. Okay, and then they do this thing where they communicate with their shoulders. Hey, my left shoulder touches your right shoulder. That now you must move also in sync with me. I don't even know how to describe it, but guys, that's for the movies. And I know that this company, they maybe work for the movies. They help actors get some range time to help them on the set. But you know, you watch it, looks bad, and you know, if you know what to look for in these movies, it looks bad. I don't know about you guys, but I have a difficult time watching action movies, because you know, I'm looking at it like, come on, that's not real. John Wick, yeah, obviously, you know, he's not that fast, but Keanu Reeves is pretty fast, but not John Wick fast. Okay. What else? Oh, hey, also, if somebody claims to be a firearm instructor, that is a CQB instructor. It's ask, well, where did you get your firearm instructor? Or making room entries, or CQC skills require additional training. Okay, and it's not necessarily live firearms training. It's just more training, guys. That's an additional skill, and I would argue that it's a rather difficult skill to learn. It took me a long time to fine hone on my CQB skills. I actually learned them as a police explorer. One of our advisors was on, I think it was SEAL Team 3. SEAL Team 3, and then he transitioned to becoming an Army Ranger. That he actually showed us a lot of that, the skills that he learned. Now, obviously, some of those skills would probably get us killed in a real life situation, because the techniques have evolved. I mean, this is the late 90s. Dynamic entry is no longer as popular as it was in the 90s. And a lot of the techniques that he was shown, I mean, they are life-saving techniques. I don't want to diminish his volunteer time to the Explorer post, but there's a time and place for dynamic entries. You know, nowadays you gotta slow down. It should be more of a slow and deliberate approach if you are in the business of searching rooms and other. Let's see what else. Let me look at the comments. Hasib says, "Where are you from? California." I'm from California. Somebody says, "Range theatrics, like playing with the shields." Kidding. Right? Oh, that's a good one. Kenny says, "I got 25 on the OPOATA qual this week." Awesome. Hey, Kenny, just by the way, nobody knows what an OKA qualification is. Only you. But I know you're from another state, so that's awesome. Good job on your qualification. All right, guys, I'm out.